While this is the first US Women's Open held here, women have played a significant tournaments, a number of them here before. Mentioned the two US women's amateurs already from 1923 through till 1951. It was the site of the Pebble Beach Championship for women. Now, the first six were won by the great Marion Hollins, as Brandel mentioned at the top of the show. But Pebble also hosted the 1950 and 1951 LPGA Tour Weather Vane Women's Open. And every year since 1972, it's hosted the tailor-made Pebble Beach Invitational, which is a mixed event with players from the PGA Tour champions, LPGA and Corn Ferry Tour. So this is time for the women to tee it up in a major championship at Pebble Beach. And we've been so looking forward to this ever since the USGA announced that the US Women's Open was coming here in 2017. I think the players, the media, golf fans have just been abuzz waiting for this moment. Bethan, in your mind, what does this moment mean, and what was your initial reaction when the news came out?
Well, I mean, I'm sure you couldn't wipe the smile off my face. I mean, I just think this is just such a tremendous sign of respect to the women that they deserve to be playing on a stage like Pebble Beach. And when you mentioned that LPGA event that was in 1950, of course, the LPGA was founded in 1950, and Babe Zaharias won that tournament, and then Patty Berg won in 1951. And so whoever hoists the trophy here on Sunday will follow in their footsteps as the next LPGA title. You know, it's just incredible. Not mentioned on there, the California Women's Amateur was staged here for several years. That's where Patty Sheehan first met Julie Inkster. They combined for 3 titles in that championship, and of course are past champions here.
Amy Alcott won here too.
Yes, yeah. So it's an illustrious short list of winners, and it's exciting to add to it.
Yeah, you know, golf has no shortage of fabled venues, but I think in the lore of golf, really 2 stand out for their history, their beauty, their charm, but not least because they're public golf courses, and that is St. Andrews and Pebble Beach right here. And of course, the women's championships, they stand on their own, but you can't help but think that they'll be elevated because of, you know, a great many reasons. The quality of play being played here, but also the interest that these golf courses have. When you think about the Women's Open Championship, you can't help but think about Lorena Ochoa, first playing St. Andrews, standing on the Swilken Bridge there, sitting on the Swilken Bridge there. What a year it was, 2007, for her. In addition to winning the Women's Open Championship, she won 8 times throughout the year. She set a single season earnings record for money that has not been eclipsed even to date. That's how dominant she was. And then, of course, in 2013, of course, the women went back to St. Andrews, and it looked like NB Park was going to win all the majors. She'd won the first 3 for the year, but Stacey Lewis stole the show when she hit this stunning shot at the 17th. Now, I remember the shot, but would we remember it so clearly if it were hit anywhere else but on the road hole at St. Andrews? A beautiful shot there. Of course, she went on to win by a couple of shots there. So as you anticipate what's going to unfold this week, of course, you look forward to seeing all the great shots, but you can't help but think about the shots that were going to be struck here, and that we're going to remember them as much for the quality of the shot as where they were struck.
Yeah, and it's just amazing, Bethan. I mean, we've all obviously enjoyed watching Pebble Beach over the years, 13 previous USGA championships. We've loved the history of the US Open here and all the iconic winners that we've seen. You know, we know the holes, we know the shots, but it has been amazing hearing the reaction of the players, of the top players on the LPGA Tour who are just so unfamiliar with this layout. What have you heard from them about their reaction and sort of who's been teeing it up for the first time this week?
Well, they're amazed by the small greens. I think we hear that a lot. And, of course, the views that they can't stop staring at and taking pictures of. But, you know, I think golf fans in general will be as surprised as I was to learn that Lexi Thompson only played this golf course for the first time late last year. Lydia Ko came out here with her husband earlier in the spring, played for the first time. Said she's not really a bucket list type of player where she has a list of courses that she wants to play, but she was awestruck here, as you can imagine. Of course, we heard Nelly Korda just played for the first time yesterday. Leona Maguire played for the first time yesterday. You know, just the list goes on and on. Michelle Wee at Media Day, first time she ever played here, was just 9 holes that day. Back in May, I guess early May was when we were here for that. So, you know, basically a who's who of women's golf right now who'd never been here.
Yeah, it's remarkable stuff. Well, it's a very quiet scene out here at the moment at Pebble, but this course is going to get very busy this afternoon as players are cramming before Thursday's opening round, of course.